Hello, welcome to the Natural Edits vlog. My name is Will, and today I'm going to talk about 3 things to look for when you're trying to find a good copy editor. Of course, there's more than 3 things, but I try and keep these videos quite short, so I'll stick with 3 now, and it might well be that I do a sequel at some point in the future, and if I do, I'll put a link down below. But for now, number 1, I'm going to go with rapport. So by that I mean, in regards to finding an editor, making sure that it feels like that you both understand each other, and that there's a kind of a natural resonance, that you feel connected to that person, and that you feel that they've got your back, and they're gonna there's somebody who you can trust with your work, because you will have worked really hard on your manuscript, and you want it to go to somebody who gets that and gets you. Excuse me, I'm just recovering from a bit of a chest infection. So that would be number 1, rapport. Number 2 would be find an editor who understands your subject. This is assuming that you're writing non-fiction. Really important. Many editors do specialize in sort of certain topics, so really good idea to try and find somebody who specializes in your subject, just to kind of know that they've got your back. And yeah, I guess there is a caveat to that if you were writing something for a very general audience, it might be helpful if the editor is also very fresh to the subject. But even then, I would say that a good editor, even if they are an expert in a subject, they should have the skill to put themselves in the shoes of the readers, even if they themselves are very knowledgeable about something. I'm just going to check the tide here. The tide is coming in. I think I've got a few minutes before I need to move. So I'll move to number 3, and I'm going to go with sample edit for number 3. And in a sense, the sample edit, the first 2 things I've talked about here, rapport and an editor who is specialised in your subject, a sample edit is a really good way to kind of get a sense of that. In fact, it's hard for me to understand how it would be possible to hire an editor without a sample edit. It's a really good way to get a sense of how they work, just to get a sense of whether they get you, and also to get a sense of how much they're going to cost, and sort of how long it's likely to take for them to be able to work on your manuscript. So yeah, don't underestimate the importance of a sample edit. Sometimes it's free, sometimes it's not. You don't necessarily need to read too much into that, but always try and get a sample edit before making any decisions on who you might want to hire. Gosh, loads more I could say about all 3 of those things, but as I try and keep these short, and as the tide is coming in, I'm in Lyme Regis at the moment in West Dorset, just sort of down on the sort of pretty much the low tide line. But as the tide's coming in, I think I'm gonna leave it there. But yeah, thank you for watching. Cheers.